Hello, welcome back again. Now I wear glasses because my eyes somehow sensitive for screens. Anyway, uh, so far we have covered how do we use the operators functions or the overloaded operators, how do we use them with objects, and what is the difference between the right hand object or the left hand object. So if the object was on the left side, it's fine to combine, for example, object with integer because the compiler is going to handle this implicitly. But if it's on the right side, if the object on the right side and the integer on the left side, then the compiler wouldn't know how to handle it. Then in this case, we use a friend function, and this is one of the usage of friend functions. I want you to keep in mind the left side and the right side hand because we're going to use them soon when we start to learn how to use the cout, if you remember the question from the assignment. But anyway, this is so far, but like there is an important note to tell you here. I'm doing this with the plus. It will go the same for minus, will go the same for division, it will go the same for multiplication. This is one of the good things of coding. I mean, you cannot memorize it, you need to understand it. Somehow you need to memorize the syntax, yes. Even me, I sometimes forget the syntax, I made mistakes with syntax. But since we're doing it on paper, like Dr. Shamal is not like strict with us in terms of syntax, because usually you will work on machine, and if there is a syntax error, then you will know, you will get warning as I get, and then you can fix them. But the idea here is to know how to understand the logic of the code. So if you understood all of this, you can apply them on everything, on multiplication, division, subtraction as well. Um, yeah, so this is basically it. And by understanding all of this so far, you should be able to solve any question comes if you apply the same knowledge that you gained here. Yeah. So now let's start by thinking of how do we do the output. Do you remember in the assignment we got one of the requirements that we need to see out the object? So basically, if we, I think all of you know this, if we have an integer called, let's say, y, for example, and then I give it value of 5, and then I do cout, and then I do y, and then in this case it will show in the terminal, right in the console. Then how the compiler knows, so by default the compiler knows that this well, I don't know that, I forgot the name, assertion output operator, somehow one of these things. But like the compiler will know how to output, the compiler will know how to output this integer to the console, okay? But what if I try to do this right away with, what did I do? Okay, right away with the object temp. Now you will see an error, same exact error. It will say no operator matches these operands. The compiler basically telling you that, okay, I don't know how to output this object. And if you think of it for a second, it makes sense. Because if we go to the object, we have this data member, we have some data member functions. Let's say we have, again, we have string, we have name, let's say we have age, okay? Okay, which one of them do you want to output? Like it depends on the requirement, okay? So this is one of the things. And if you remember about the right hand and the left hand that I mentioned to you, like now we have an object, okay? And then the object on the right hand and on the left hand is the cout. So basically, the compiler wouldn't know how to take it and then show it. Yeah, basically. So we need to teach the compiler how to do it. And again, if it's right hand, as we mentioned in the previous video, what do we need to do? Now in this case, I need to do a friend function. But like in the assignment, the first thing I did, I came and I did void and then operator, and then I did this, and then I did this, okay? And I did the object. But like, it didn't work because I got many errors. But then I searched online. There's a website called Stack Overflow. I saw some people doing it with a different thing, with a different way. So basically, we need something called OStream. So what is OStream? We need to teach the compiler how to deal with this object. So basically, I'm sending this object, but like I need to tell the compiler how would you deal with it, basically. So now what I have, like I have this function. Where am I? Okay, I was trying to do this in the, okay, it's the same story, but I was trying to do it inside the function. Anyway, even if I do it here, I will have the same story. Result. Okay, I'll get the same error. See, no operator matches these operands. Now, what I need to do, I need to teach the compiler again how to do this. And as I told you, if it's on the right side, we need to use the friend function in order to handle this situation. Now, the way of doing it, we need to do outstream. What is outstream? This is a data type by default or natively found in C++. And then operator, okay, and then this parentheses, and then here inside o stream, it's like this. I think I miss o stream. Oh yeah, it is like this, o stream, and then I'll call the variable out. Okay, I can give it whatever I want. Okay, and then the other side is what is my object. Actually, let me do this so you can see it in action. Cout and then result. Okay, and then end line. Okay, so now I'm getting an error here. Now we will work on this function to eliminate this error. Now what I did, I'm passing the cout to the function. Like I'm telling it, go, this is the variable that I'm going to cout. Instead of, now we call it cout, here I call it out. I can call it cout as well, whatever I want. The second thing, I need to send the object, which is what? Result in this case, right? So what was the data type? It was number, or number, American, and then object, right? So now what I need to do as well here, I need to send it by reference. Okay, again, if you remember, if you have seen the videos that I make about the chaining, here I am sending it by reference because I want to chain. For example, now I'm couting result. What if I, for example, want to cout N1 right away directly after it? It will give an error, but if I allow the chaining, in that case it will work. This is why I'm using the AND operator here and here. Okay, so I don't need to here I'm using it to allow the chaining, and here I am using it for efficiency, so I don't pass or create a new copy. Here, as I told you, we always need to make it const, and then here I add AND, so we pass it by reference and we're not allowed to modify it. Okay, so expected AND operator. Anyway, so now inside this, what we can do, we can use what now? We can use out, because now out is representing cout, so I'm sending both of them. Okay, and then I can do this, and can I write everything. Hello, this is Marcus. So it depends on whatever I want. Okay, and then I can do this end line, and then I can do the number is, and then this, and then what, object dot what dot n, right? Because I'm passing an object that have n. Now after I done with this, I need to do one more step, which is returning back the out. Why I'm returning out? Because I'm telling it, like when I created the function, I'm telling it that this function is of a return type of OStream. So I need to do this. Now it gives an error because now I created the function and I need to make it a friend function within the class. So here I need to do this, and then I need to make it friend, okay, and then a semicolon. Okay, the last thing that I missed here is the operator, which is this one, and then here is this one. Okay, now we are okay, wait, now we're good. Now we are good to go. So now if you can see, the error now is gone. Let me just comment the display function. So now if I compile the code and then compile it and then see out it, see hello, this is Mu'taz, and then end line, and then the number is 25. So perfect. Now what now, like as I told you, we can make a use of the syntax to trigger the function, but what we do inside the function, it relies on us or the requirements that we got from the question or like the business that we're working for. Yeah, so now what if we want to make cn, right? What if I, for example, want to do this? Now if let me imagine that I create a new object and I call it Mu'taz. Okay, so this object Mu'taz has 0 value as we did in the constructor, but now I need to do cn and then Mu'taz, and I want to initiate values for Mu'taz, anyone. Now I'm getting the same error. I will say no operator matches these operands. Now what I can do is I can do the same exact thing for the OStream, but now I'm going to do it for what? For the cn. Okay, so cn means input. So instead of OStream, I need to do iStream. iStream is what? iStream is a default data type that is built by default in C++. So here, and then instead of out, I need to do in, and then here I need to do in, okay, and then I need to delete all of this basically. And then what is in? What do I want to initiate or like do? I want to do obj dot what dot n. So I'm going to initiate this, but before I do this, actually, what do I need to do? What is this? Wait, no operand matches this operands. N and then operators. Okay, I'm doing it the opposite side. Wait, did I do it wrong with the cout? Wait. Usually, wait, cout. Oh yeah, this is what we do with the cout. Oh yeah, if it was cn, it should be this way, right? Okay, so I am correct basically here. Let's continue. And then what do I need to output? I need to return in, right? Right. So here the error message is because I need to take this prototype and then where do I put it? I put it here inside the class, and then I need to make it friend function, friend, right? Now it should work. The error should go away. What else I can do? I can make it look nicer. I can do cout. I always have an access to cout, so I can do cout, and then I go enter the number, right? And then like this. Okay. Now if I comment this out, okay, and then I make it a comment. Now if I run the code, wait, look, what if I do now this? After I initiate it, I want to cout it, right? Right? So cout, not cout, and then what, and then Mu'taz, and then let me save. Okay, so now I will compile the code and then do this. This is, what is this? This is an infinite error. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Enter the number. It seems like an infinite loop happened here. Let me think of it. What did I do wrong? It is exactly the same. So here is OStream, here's iStream, OStream, and then here, and then in, and then let me comment this out. Now let me clear, and then I will save, and then again I'm getting the same error. Now object.end, so this is keep happening over and over for some reason. Actually, let me pause the video. I don't know what is happening and I don't want to waste more time on this. I'll go and search online. Yeah, so basically it was a silly mistake actually. I always do these silly things. Maybe one of you could know why. It's an iStream. So if it's an iStream, I cannot make this object constant, right? If it's constant, then I cannot change it or I cannot alter it. So I need to delete this const here. And I need to delete this const here as well. But I still want to pass it by reference so I can change the value of n. Now if I save, let me clear this and then compile it. It should work now. Yeah, enter the number, let's say 10 or let's say 50. It should give me 50. Okay, hello, this is Mu'taz, as we did in the output or stream, and then I'm getting the value basically. So this is it for this. In the next video we'll do some comparison, not the arithmetic operator but the comparison operator, and then that's it for the operator overloading.